This is Jackson Galaxy, cat behaviourist extraordinaire, star of My Cat from Hell and a social media phenomenon. Back in 2014, he joined forces with Petmate to launch a line of cat toys, and well, the press release for the partnership has stronger claims than a guy trying to chat up a girl at a bar, promising that toys cats would be drawn to by sight, avoid sounds that stress them, and designed to satisfy their natural instinct. But here's where things get strange. Despite a decade of sales, these toys are now nowhere to be found on either Petmate or Jackson's site. So what happened? In this video, we'll unravel the mystery of the Jackson Galaxy toy line, break down whether the toys met the claims, and after hunting down through these toys ourselves, test if they're worth the price tag. Stick around, and at the end, we'll reveal where these toys rank on our toy score chart. So yeah, the press release had big claims, but it's trying to drum up attention. So that kind of makes sense. But in a world where every company is just trying to milk you for everything you have, it's important that we actually put those claims to the test. And look, this is not a hit piece on Jackson Galaxy or Petmate. But look at it this way. If Jeremy Clarkson had announced a partnership with Ferrari and released a series of cars promoting them to his fan base, you better bet it'd be worth questioning whether the partnership was there to create a great product or whether it was there to just capitalise on fame, just like Mr. Beast's Lunchley and the mold scandal. At the time of the product launch in 2014, the pet market was already booming, with overall spending for the industry topping $58 billion, but demand since then has skyrocketed. This report says the market is poised to swell from $320 billion today to almost $500 billion by 2030, boosted by a growing pet population, as well as the premiumization of food and services resulting from continual humanization of animals. And honestly, I'm not surprised by that. You know, I read this article that said millennials were choosing pets over kids, although I think this meme is what really made it stick in my mind. And talking of humanization, have you noticed how cats and dogs seem to be ending up with their own social media accounts? Surprisingly, they even seem to respond when you leave comments. Evolution's wild, right? So what does this rapid growth mean to toys like those launched in 2014? More competition means more focus on innovation. Just look at Apple spending nearly $30 billion a year on R&D to keep its edge. So without continuous updates, even well-designed toys risk falling behind in this competitive landscape. We'll see whether these toys have, but first, why have they disappeared? Back in May, as we began preparing for this video, we hit a bit of a roadblock that left us and potentially thousands of other cat owners in the dark. Of the original 25 Jackson Galaxy toys announced, we were only able to find a small handful, and stranger still, neither Petmate nor Jackson's site actually listed these toys. The few we found were scattered across third-party sites like Amazon. To add to the mystery, even the promotional video showcasing the collection had been set to private, vanishing without a trace. Now, we reached out directly to Petmate to find out whether they plan to restock these toys and to understand what's happened, but our email was immediately blocked, reported as spam. What could really be going on here? So since the toy line's launch, Petmate has undergone significant changes, including acquisitions and even brushes with bankruptcy. And while Jackson Galaxy's site does offer products that kind of resemble his original Petmate line, they're now rebranded, leaving us and cat owners wondering why products are now missing from the market. Could this be a change in direction, or is there something more going on? For cat owners who invested in these toys and now find replacement pieces or additional attachments they suddenly need unavailable, it feels like a story with more questions than answers. At this point, we're turning to you, our viewers, and to anyone at Petmate or even Jackson Galaxy yourself. If you've noticed these toys disappearing or have any insights into what's happened, please let us know in the comments. Hopefully we'll be able to get an answer soon. Now, let's get to the toy review. So first up is the Gravity Tower, and honestly, the original creators just seem to get lost describing this one. I'm not joking, this is the official description. The bouncy, tipsy, topsy, curvy, spinny, magical, magnetic cat toy. It bounces, wobbles, spins through the use of repelling magnets.
Right.
And it doesn't stop there. The marketing proudly claims you can extend this toy with, you guessed it, more magnets. Seriously, whoever wrote this ad copy must have been deeply, truly obsessed with magnets. Honestly, they might have just missed their calling as a fiction writer, because not only can we not see how to actually extend this thing, we're not even sure why anyone would even want to. And trust us, we wish we could leave it there, but the toy we ordered didn't even match the Amazon picture. Cleaning it, frustration, doesn't even cover it, and for what you get, it's shockingly overpriced. Honestly, this toy just feels like the product of someone who skimmed a book on cats, jotted down a few ideas, and then in a mad rush threw them together and created the Frankenstein of cat toys. Despite all the revolutionary magnets, it ironically fails to actually attract our cats, unless of course we just then smother it in cat treats, at which point you'll spend the rest of time cleaning out chicken dust. Also, it looks stupid. Next is the Petmate Jackson Galaxy wand. Let's see if this lives up to the hype or if newer, cheaper options outshine it. So it's got a 32-inch telescopic pole, a cool quick release clip, and a retractable string to make playtime more adjustable and easy to tidy up. The feather attachment itself is pretty unique. It flutters in a way that even caught our picky senior cat Cookie's attention. So it's a promising start, right? But here's where things start to wobble, literally. Fully extended, the pole has noticeable play. And for a toy with a metal telescopic pole, look at how poor the build quality is compared to a cheaper wand we bought 5 years ago. Plus, because of the metal construction, there's no give when a cat catches the string. Other wands actually add a bit of flexibility to keep things safer and fun. And as for the retractable string, the locking mechanism is at the far end of the pole, so it puts your hand dangerously close to the action if you actually want to adjust it mid-play. And the mechanism is quite loud and initially startled our cats. And it's not even a strong lock. In regular play, it loosens, letting the string slip to full length, which is both design and a safety miss. Honestly, this wand might have been a contender back in 2014, but the pet toy world has moved on. Today, you can get a fishing rod style with a telescopic pole, a solid string lock, more attachments and better durability, all for a third of the price. And for a budget option, there's always the original cat dancer, which does a very similar job at a fraction of the cost. At the end of the day, this wand is more expensive, has weaker build quality, and doesn't outperform the competition. Oh, and if you're enjoying this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, it really helps the channel grow. The third toy is one that's popped up in a few of our videos before, the Jackson Galaxy Solid Cat Crawl. It's a polyester pop-up tunnel that collapses for easy storage. Not that you'll ever need to fold it up, as I'll explain in a second. At one end, there's even a zip designed to attach it to other Jackson Galaxy cat supplies. But before we dive into what we like, let's tackle 3 quirks of this tunnel. The zip is designed to attach to other Jackson Galaxy toys, but with those long off the market, it's like having a puzzle with a missing piece, rendering the zip useless. Our cats love it, which means a fluorescent green tunnel, which sticks out like a sore thumb, is a permanent fixture around our home. Awesome. No. It has a feature called the ghost attack. The material is slightly see-through, so I can't.
You should see his face like that.
Come here, you. Come here. You. Right. Look, you're gonna sit. You're gonna sit and watch this. It has a feature called the ghost attack. The material is slightly see-through, so if you're unlucky enough to walk past it whilst your cat's on the prowl, your feet might actually become the next target. And fair warning, this thing is a cat ambush waiting to happen. What we like, despite the quirks, the tunnel holds up better than expected. It's competitively priced, durable, even with 3 sets of claws. And because it slides around on hard floors, it brings a little bit of extra thrill to playtime. Unlike some of the other toys in this collection, we actually think this tunnel meets the original creator's claims. Wolf also likes it a lot. It's surprisingly solid. We just wish we could have had the whole set to build a true cat fortress. Don't we, Wolfie? We do. That's it's been done. Jackson Galaxy and Petmate promised a perfect playground for cats. But after a decade, these toys are more like rediscovering an old gadget in a drawer. Nostalgic, but not quite as cutting edge as we once thought. We decided to test these toys mainly because Jackson Galaxy's fame had us assuming that these would be top tier. And while the partnership claims were ambitious, our tests show that these 3 didn't quite live up to them. And in all honesty, they're like a time capsule in a market that's just raced forward. That also seems to extend to toys on Jackson Galaxy's site. Look, we couldn't test these, but based on the Amazon reviews, Toys like the wands seem really hit or miss, so please read the reviews carefully. And one last note for anyone following their favourite influencers' product picks. Always double check before clicking buy now. Just because a famous face or paw backs a product doesn't mean it's the best choice for your pet or your wallet. The industry is packed with fresh options, so stay sharp, do your research, and find toys that truly make zoomies happen. Oh, and if there's any products that we should be testing but we actually just haven't got to yet, please let us know in the comments. And if anyone at Petmate or Jackson Galaxy is listening, consider this a challenge. Our cats would appreciate a good comeback tour.